So to the outside world, they often look at us meatheads and think to themselves that all we ever really do or think about is eating, training, sleeping, and repeating. But you and I both know that that's really not the case. There's a lot more going on inside our brains. And over the last few weeks, I've been thinking about some different things and some questions and thoughts I had regarding not just bodybuilding, and it's part of it, but not just bodybuilding, but also outside world in general, life stuff. And I wanted to share this with you guys and get your opinions on some things. I've got some questions and thoughts, and I definitely want to encourage an open dialogue. I think it's the best way for bodybuilders, meatheads like you and me to freely exchange ideas and maybe greater understand where we're coming from our perspectives. So I'm just going to share some with you, and at the end of the video is going to be some things I'm excited about sharing with you regarding my company and regarding everything else. So here we go. Here's my first thought. When and where do you do your best thinking? Now, I don't just mean focusing at work. I mean like actually clearly thinking about your world and all the stuff that's going on in your life, whether it's family, other types of relationships, and yet work too, in the gym and whatnot. For me, I get my best clear thinking done when I'm actually in the gym. For some reason, I'm able to see a much more wide-ranging, clear picture of my life in general when I'm in the midst of a adrenaline and testosterone haze. That's how my brain seems to work. It may not be the same for you. Maybe the gym does the exact opposite. I don't know. But I am curious to find out where you're coming from in this perspective. So if you have some suggestions or some thoughts on this idea, comment in the comment section and share with the rest of us so we can learn from each other a little bit. All right. Okay, so moving on. I want to know what your process is. And what do I mean by that? I mean, what is your process between sets that prepares you for your next set? I mean, you know it's going to hurt. You know it's going to be painful in a good way. You want it to be productive. So just to ensure that that happens, what do you actually do physically and mentally to prepare yourself for that next set? Because you know it's going to hurt and you know it's going to be exhausting. For me, what I do is sometimes I pace around the machinery I'm using or the weights I'm using. Sometimes I even maybe sing under my breath to the music that's playing on the radio because I don't wear earbuds in the morning or in the gym. I feel they just get in the way. Those are a couple things I do. Sometimes I just repeat to myself, do it, and I repeat that in my own head. But I want to know what you guys do, because everyone can learn from each other, and maybe you guys got some different techniques that I can use, and maybe you guys can use some of my techniques. I don't know. Let's figure it out. All right, let's move along. Okay, number 3. Here's actually an observation that I have an issue with. All right, the average human body, it runs at 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So therefore, the term warming up, at least in my imagination, the way I see it, the warming up term doesn't really apply. It makes very little sense to me. Because what you're actually doing is loosening up. You're loosening up your joints, your connective tissues, your cartilage for the workout ahead. Now, some people like the word warm up. They feel it applies. And, for them, go with it. But if not, I prefer to just talk about loosening up and getting loose because I feel that's more applicable to what we're actually doing when we're getting ready to lift or engage in whatever exercise you're doing. Moving on. And this one's really important to me because a lot of people, I think, misuse this term, and I want to get it right. In reality, everything is a pre-exhaust for the next exercise. And if you're not doing your movements with this mindset, I believe that you're wasting your time because everything should be pre-exhausting you for the next thing ahead. You should never have more energy or the same amount of energy at the end than you did at the beginning. All right? So pre-exhaust to me is BS. You're exhausted. You're training to get exhausted. You're not pre-exhausted. You're becoming exhausted. That's how I see it. Again, share your opinions. Share your thoughts. Number 5, a good, solid, and consistent training partner is a rare thing and a benefit if you're lucky enough to have one. And I believe here are some reasons why, at least 2 reasons why. First of all, you don't always train to your 100% maximum ability. You might think you do. I know I think I do. I like to believe I'm perfect in the gym, but reality is I know that I'm not. And having a solid training partner, even if you're only training once, twice, 3 times a week, that partner can push you beyond what you think your 100% actually is. On top of which, number 2, they're going to show you some shit that you might not know. That's really what it comes down to. Just today I trained back and I did an exercise that I'd never seen before. And I know, as I am very fond of saying, I've been training for 30 years. I've done something for back today that I have never done before. And my training partner, who I've known for quite a long time, showed it to me. So you're always learning. Again, the reason why this video is kind of interactive. I want you to contribute your thoughts to that. Right? Now, for those of you who like to train solo, there's ups and downs to that as well. I mean, maybe you like, the pace of your own workout. Maybe you need to get into the gym and out of the gym as quickly as possible, as per your schedule. I know my schedule is changing soon, so I'm going to have to be doing some of that adjustment myself. Maybe there's certain routines that you believe work and that have been working for you for a long time and you don't want to change. And if that's the case, go for it. I mean, do what you got to do. Grow, get strong, lean out. But the most important part is to remember that you don't remember and you don't know everything. So don't be afraid to ask somebody else for help, even if you're training on your own and there's somebody there that's doing something you're not familiar with. Just keep that in mind the next time that you decide to train solo. I like to do it once in a while, but generally speaking, I like a training partner better. Okay, number 6. Try to avoid thinking that your progress or your lack thereof is about just genetics. You see, genetics, or that word, when it comes to the human body, encompasses such a wide range of things that it really is just impossible to cover all in one video. For example, genetically, what's your mix of hormones in your body? What's the balance of testosterone versus estrogen versus progesterone versus all that stuff? You don't really know unless you're getting your blood test regularly. That's a part of genetics. Another part of genetics, the way your skeletal structure is built. A lot of people are built with narrow shoulders or wide hips or the reverse. There's no way to change that. That is an issue of genetics. No matter how much muscle you build, that structure is not going to change. Number 3, the shape of your muscle, of course, can be changed by exercise, focusing on certain areas. But what can't be changed, no matter what you do, is the muscle belly itself, where those muscles attach to your frame. You can't lengthen a short muscle. My biceps are super short. They're compact. They won't get longer no matter what happens. It's not physically possible. So that has a lot to do with genetics as well. Another thing is the type of muscle fiber you carry throughout your body and where it happens to be in the mix and match. You got your fast twitch and your slow twitch fibers. Where are your fast twitch fibers at and where are your slow twitch fibers at? Some of your body has more of it than the other. But you don't know the intermix unless you don't know the intermix or the interplay of these things unless you've been around long enough to experiment. Again, that's an element of genetics. So just remember, when you talk about genetics, you're talking about a lot of stuff. Remember to play the cards you're dealt. Me, I'm never going to be 6'5", so it's pointless of me to try to train like a bigger, taller person. Some people are never going to be super wide, so don't try to train like a super wide person. Some people are never going to have big legs. Don't train like somebody who has big legs. You're probably not going to get them the same size or to your satisfaction. Keep all this stuff in mind. Just don't default to saying, I have bad genetics. Learn your body and use the cards you've been dealt to become the biggest and best person and self that you can be. That's really what it comes down to. Now, a couple things I'm really excited about. I'm about 3 to 4 weeks of getting printed out my own brand of Samson Strong, Team Samson Strong hoodies. When they come out, I'll put up a web store link. You guys can check it out and hopefully you buy one. I like to have you as part of my team. I know your viewers already. A second thing is, recently I just published an Amazon ebook a couple weeks ago, and I'd like to share it with you guys. I'm going to put the link in the comments section, or in the description section, under this video. Attached to the end of this video is going to be a back training session I had this morning. I want you to watch it and absorb some new back technique as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, but I want you to enjoy. Take a look at the book, see if you like it. It's $9.99 on Amazon. And that's about all I have for now. So I hope you guys listened. I hope you guys enjoyed. And please make comments in the comments section. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about all the subjects I just raised. And maybe even bring up a subject or two of your own. All right? All right, folks. That's all I got. Remember, Don't just be strong, be Samson strong. Peace.
Go. All right, things to notice. Lifting straps, necessary for training back. Second, didn't go above parallel, didn't use momentum. But when I came all the way down, I came only down as far as I could feel the squeeze, no further. That would incorporate swinging. That would be bad. You don't want that. All right? I also went up no higher than with my contraction of my rhomboids. Keep that to heart when you're training your back next time you do pull downs. All right? Samson strong, baby. Peace. Go. Watch this back, baby. Check it out. Everything's firing away. You notice I got not just the wrist straps on, but look at my grip. Check out the grip. You got your thumbs over the top of the bar. This means that none of that energy that goes to pulling the weight is being wasted on my forearms or my biceps to move the weight. This is all back moving the weight. This is how you gotta do it when you train back if you wanna do it right. Next thing you gotta do is to shut up, so I'm gonna stop talking now and pump out a few reps. And that right there is a Samson Strong cable row. Peace. And go. Notice the unique grip that I use on this hammer strength machine. If you have one of these in the gym, give it a try. Gets a real good pump the lower part of the lat. It's very hard to get that. If you have this, try it. It fucking works. Samson Strong. Peace. Nothing pulls together a back workout like a solid deadlift. I don't care what kind of deadlift, whether it's straight bar, barbell, triangle bar. Either way, you're gonna finish off your back workout. Deadlifts are definitely the way to go. Make sure you do them. Follow me for more information. Samson Strong, baby. Peace.